How's everybody doing? Welcome to Richwine Garage. We're starting this one off with, yes, I know, I am addicted, another auction find. We're going to go pick up some tires for the Farmall. I ended up winning an auction for some tires that I believe the rims will bolt right on to what's on the Farmall right now. But the big thing about that is that I got these tires for a whopping $20. Bad part, they're 2 hours away. So I'm going to throw you guys on a time-lapse mode of me driving over there. I'm going to make it speedy, don't worry. But we're going to go pick up some tires. We're going to swap them onto the Farmall and see what we can do. Yeah. Hopefully they don't have huge chunks out of them like we currently have. But let's go for a ride.
Came out, coffee, cold truck, headed south. 2 hours there, 2 back home. For a deal, I saw my phone. Snow fell hard, tires weighed a ton. Thought I won till I saw the rust. Rims were shot, but that's alright. You don't quit just cause it ain't right.
As you guys saw from the short clip, we got those tires loaded up. I got a drill press and a very old grinder too, but they both came on their own stands and pedestals. Got them for a good price. So the tires had obviously been sitting there forever. They are dry rotted on the sides of them, but there's no huge chunks out of them. I think they're water filled. It's hard to tell with all the snow and the ice. I mean, one of them we pulled up a huge patch of dirt with it too, but hopefully they're not. I'm going to figure out how to get these things heated up, get all the snow and ice melted off of them. I might have to rearrange the garage because the garage is the least heated. The Morton building that I normally work out of is not. But let's get home. I won't subject you guys to another time lapse. I got another 2 hours to get home, but I'm going to go ahead and get home, and then I'll check in with you guys when I come up with a plan of how to heat up these tires and figure out what we actually got. Whew, those were heavy. That was my workout for the day. It's been a couple days since I picked up my load from the auction. I got our 2 tires on here that were obviously frozen to the ground. Got my grinder and my drill press that I picked up. On my way home, I should have filmed the way home instead of the way there because it wasn't a blizzard, but it was definitely a snowstorm. You can see that all the ratchet straps still have a bunch of snow and ice on them, everything like that. And it's been 3 days since I picked this up, and there's still a bunch of snow and ice on the trailer. This barn's not heated, but it is a darker barn, and it absorbs sunlight. So it's warmer than being outside. Let's say it that way. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the salamander up. You guys are currently sitting on the workbench that I got back up and going again after finding the auction find. I'm going to set that salamander up, and I'm going to point it from the workbench in this general area. And I'm going to let it just cook and see if we can get most of this ice and everything off here melted. Just before I unload it and then take this ice and make it melt somewhere else. I'd rather have it all just melt here, get off in this barn, and then probably going to clear off a spot in the garage, take these tires in there, and see what I can do with them. Again, looking at these tires, the sidewalls are dry rotted, but there's no huge chunks like there is on our current tractor. So I'm hoping I can make these tires work. I just got to make sure that A, they'll fit on the tractor, B, that they'll take air, and then C, before all that, so let's call it 0. Let's go out of the alphabet. I want to get all the ice off of here. These tractor tires did come with one random car tire, but okay. The goats like to jump around on tires. But let's get the salamander hooked up, let it get going, and see if I can make you guys a time lapse of ice melting. Doesn't that sound like fun? It's cold. I hate being cold. I need to insulate this barn.
Some days you learn, some days you just let it burn. Yeah. Cut 'em loose, scrap the steel, turn bad luck into something real. Flower pots or goats at play, we'll find a use one way.
Well, these things came with more issues than I thought. Can't really be that mad. I spent $20. But the rims on these things are absolute trash. They're rotted all the way through. I'll bring you guys in to look at it. But I mean, from just this angle, I shouldn't be able to put my hand through this rim. So what we're going to do is we're going to donate these to my wife. She has mentioned a few times, I think it's at her father's house. They have old tractor wheels or wagon wheels that they've made into flower pot hangers. I'm going to use this little cutoff tool, and we're going to go in here. We're going to cut apart these rims. I'm going to try to save the tires while cutting apart these rims, and basically cut a slot into them where I can cinch them in and get the rim out of the tire. And then the tires themselves still are not great, but they're nowhere near as bad as the ones that we have on the tractor already. So I think I'm still going to use the tires themselves. There is an auction coming up with a couple more tires I'm going to keep an eye out on, but I already have these here. Might as well use them. If these end up being so bad that I can't use them, the goats actually love to use these tires to play King of the Hill with. And they're quite big tires. Or they could be a sandbox for a little one that's on the way. Don't know. But what we're going to do is get this cutoff wheel going. I'm going to try to go in here, be very, very careful not to cut the bead, but take a chunk out of the rim. That way I can push in the rim and get them out of these tires. But before I do that, let's bring you guys in and let's show you what we're working with here. As you guys can see down here, that rim is no longer good. That rim is no longer good. So I'm going to use those as the bottom of the artistic piece to go ahead and chop off that side of the rim and make it something that like we can plant down in the dirt, maybe put in a little bit of concrete and make a flower pot holder type thing out of. Make it artistic. Because, you know, when you look at me, you think artistic. Yeah. Let's get to work. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Well, have you ever got so far into a project and then about halfway through the project realized this just ain't worth it, or isn't worth the squeeze? I think that's where we're at with these. The rims, even my wife, after looking at them, said, I don't know if I can do much with those. The tires, while they are better than what was on or what is on the tractor currently, I'm looking in here and I'll show you a little shot. I don't want to do all this work to get all this rims off. Don't get me wrong. I cheated at this completely. But to get these onto the tractor after getting the old tires off the tractor, and there's already pretty good cracking here on the sidewall, I think I'm going to keep watching the auction site and see if I can find another pair of tires. It's going to take a while. Rims, not so much. Probably going to end up junking those. I already got tire tubes and everything, so I'll be prepared for when I do find a set of tires. But I don't know if we're going to use these for the goats or make decorations out of them, make giant wreaths. It's the day after Christmas, so I don't think making giant Christmas wreaths would make sense. I don't know. What you guys let me know down below. What creative ideas could we use to make these decorative? I mean, I can build a stand and everything for them to stand up and whatnot, but let me know what you guys would have for an idea to make something like a driveway entry on both sides of the driveway, or make something decorative, or how I should set them up for the goats. What would you guys use an old set of tractor tires for? 38 size rim, 11.2 inches wide. What would you guys do? Let me know below. I know this is going to be a little bit of an anticlimactic video, but this is what this channel is. It's taking you through the adventure of going through some of my auction finds, seeing if they're good, if they're bad, and working on that tractor. I mean, today that tractor has fought me, and that'll come up in some other videos. But I think the tires, I'm just going to set these off to the side, clean them out, junk these rims, throw them on the scrap pile, and then come up with a game plan. Keep searching out on the auction site, see if I can find something that'll work out for me. Yeah. All right. Well, I will see you guys next week.